Today's video is gonna be a try on haul with a lot of new makeup by Catrice. They have come out once again with their fall winter update, and they came out with it pretty early this time. I feel like they've kind of changed the timelines a little bit. I've already tried some of these things in shorts, but I thought I would swatch some things, show you some things, apply some things in a long form video as well. So let's get into it. All right, I made one quite big order, and I also made another order when some things were back in stock. I bought one of these at Boozy Shop. I always get questions about that, and we're just gonna start out. I have a few lip products, and the first lip product is the Diamond Glaze gloss stick. I've already applied this. I haven't posted it short just yet, but I already tried it once. And the thing that I have to say about this gloss stick is it is really pretty. It is really nice and glossy. It's not overly shimmery. I feel like the amount of shimmer and shine in this one is really beautiful. It is definitely glossy, but it's also a little bit on the thinner side. It definitely has that shine to it. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let me show you what's going on. So it definitely has that shine to it, and it has a little bit of a shimmer in it, but it's not overly metallic or super shimmery on the lips. I just feel like this disappears quite quickly. This is a really beautiful color, and it just has kind of like that wet look on the lips. Really beautiful. It has a little bit of a sweet, kind of like fruity scent, but immediately you can kind of feel it feels thin and almost like an oil, but like a lip oil or an oil stick that is really on that thin side, that isn't really mixed in with anything. So first applying it, it is really beautiful. I like the feel of it on the lips. It's not sticky, but as you eat something, you drink something, it's gonna disappear really quickly, and that's not something I personally really appreciate. It's not my favorite, but it's nice. So with this one, I already kind of know my opinion. All right, let's do one more lip product before we get into more like face and eye makeup. So I also got one of the Color Cushion Juicy lip oils. So they have like 5 or 6 shades in this one. It is a lip oil that has a poof style applicator, and then you can turn it up and the product comes out. This is shade 050 Drenched Drama. This one I already posted a short of, and I just feel like this one once again looks really good. Like, it has a nice amount of shine to it. I think the applicator is like okay, it's not my favorite, but the thing is once again that this one is pretty thin, and I just feel like thin lip products, they don't really hydrate as much because they don't really like stay on. Like, it feels really soft. It feels really nice. If you don't mind like reapplying your lip product, you might still like this. I just like something a little thick, not too thick, but a little thick, almost a little like grippy and sticky. I just feel like this is a pretty okay product, but this is not gonna be the one that I tell you to go into the store for. Like, it's pretty cute. Okay, I'm kind of thinking how we shall go about this. I also have a few products from limited editions where I didn't really do like first impressions because I was on my break, but I do have a few things. I have here the Glow Drops. These are from the Midnight Sun collection. I bought this whole collection and then I didn't film with it, but I wanted to try this one all over my face. I already used it as a more pinpointed highlighter, but I don't feel like this is the type of product that I like to do that with, because for some reason with these types of like glow drops, I just feel like they're almost a little bit like too pigmented or kind of like blurry. They kind of add a blur. They are not as clear. They have kind of like a base to them. I have seen that before with like Makeup Revolution as well, and I just don't really like that as a pinpointed highlight product. I don't mind that all over the face because then it kind of like adds a little bit of coverage. Maybe it makes the skin look slightly more perfected, and I'm definitely fine with that, but I just feel like having that pinpointed, it just makes your skin look a little bit weird, and I actually quite like it like this. Like, this is not looking too like extremely glowy. It does add a bit of a glow, but I feel like it works better like this than pinpointed. By the way, this is a swatch of the lip oil. I forgot to do that. I'm trying something new on this channel, so I'm kind of getting used to that. I'm gonna shake up the highlighter again, and I hope I can show you in the swatch what it does to my skin. I just feel like you can really see kind of like this yellowy, kind of like misty almost base. I don't really know how else to describe it, but it just is a little bit like milky. I'm gonna add a little bit of concealer, I think, because I have a little bit of redness here. I scratch myself. I have these glitter nails and they're a little sharp. I'm using the Catrice Liquid Camouflage. Alright, I put on a little bit of eye primer. I have 2 eye products from this update. I don't think... Did they release an eyeshadow palette? I don't think they did. We have in this new range the Diamond Treasures Cream to Powder eyeshadow. And in these duos we have kind of like this cream to powder kind of like matte eyeshadow. It is really like almost like a putty formula. And then we have a really shimmery topper. And I have the shade 010 Hazel Spark. And I already tried this one. I don't know if I already posted this one, but it is a really pretty eyeshadow duo. I really like the topper. It's really giving like the type of topper that is really popular right now with the Urban Decay like Space Cowboy. This is really pretty. It just has kind of like a wet look effect, not a lot of base to it, so you can do a little bit of a smoky look with this and then kind of like combine the two. I feel like this is a really nice duo, like easy to use, it makes sense. Like you can still get quite some depth with that. And then I also got one of the jelly Drunken Diamonds jelly eyeshadow sticks, and I got it in the shade Lavender Jelly Haze 010. So this is what it looks like. It's really like a jelly stick, and then you have really like that shimmery effect to it. It feels wet when you first apply it, but it does fully dry down. So let me swatch it over here. It does have that like a lilac base, and then it has kind of like that lighter like shimmer to it. It is a little bit more fine and a little bit more metallic in shimmer than this one. This is really a little bit more textured. This one is a little bit more like uniform, like sparkly lilac. So we're gonna be doing an eye look with this, and I'm just gonna start out with this shade, and we're just gonna smoke the eyes out a little bit, deepen it up a little bit. It definitely has a little bit of a like buildable creamy texture, and I think I'm just gonna apply this all over the lid, create almost a little bit like a smoky eye. Let me see what happens if I apply this with my finger. Yeah, I feel like that adds a little bit of pigment. So you could apply this with a finger and then blend that out with a brush. I don't feel like I have as much control over this formula of eyeshadow as over like just a regular powder eyeshadow. But it's working. It's not looking crazy or anything. I'm quite enjoying it. It's just a little bit different. But I usually feel like that with cream eyeshadows. On the other side, I'm just gonna go in first with my finger and then using the brush to blend out the edges. Yeah, I feel like that is looking good. I'm thinking of just using the shimmer topper all over the lid and then using the Lilac Haze in the inner corner. So it's just really nice and sparkly. I really like it. I think they did a great job with it. Like, Catrice eyeshadow is not always my favorite. I feel like sometimes they also create some duds. Like, it's affordable, but it doesn't really work for me. Like the Tiny Treasures that they did, those 6-pan eyeshadows, I didn't like at all. This is really cute and really on trend. I really get it for like the time we're living in. I'm just gonna apply a bit of the Lilac Haze. Like, I don't know if I would have applied this together if I didn't have it, if I didn't buy them together and was doing this try on haul, but this is actually going quite well with a little bit of an inner corner application. Let me grab a brush because this dries quite quickly. Do I have a clean brush? But even as it dries quite quickly, you still can like blend it out. It's not really like a very extreme like stick down. It just, you can still like kind of like rub it away. I'm just gonna apply a little bit like this, see if that works. If you can apply it a little bit more precisely. Like you have, like it dries down, but you have some time with it. It's almost like it just turns into a powder eyeshadow. and then you can still blend it in that way. I feel like this, taking a little bit from the bullet, is working really well for me. I like this eye the best. Like, this one is a little messy now. I really like this one. It's a little bit metallic. It's cute. It's something you can just throw in a bag. Maybe you want to add a little bit to a more simple look, to like go from day to night. It's all possible with this. Alright, I recently applied this in another video as well because I don't have that many bronzers to try with you right now. This is the Butter Like Bronze and Contour palette, and I have it in a lighter shade. This is shade 010 Born to Shape. I was expecting this to be more creamy or somewhat creamy, but it's more like a soft powder. We have a little bit more of a warmer shade, a little bit more of a cooler shade. This is not very light. Like, I have a bit of a tan right now, and this is a little bit on the darker side. It's a little bit more pigmented. It's a little bit more powdery. So I would say keep that in mind. I'm gonna mix the two shades and apply. This has more of a skin-like finish. I have a little bit of texture on my skin. I don't know what I did, what is going on. Like, I see some, not really breakouts, but just texture there. But this is just, it's not fully matte. It just has a little bit of a natural, like, not glow to it, but natural look, skin-like look. A little on the forehead. I feel like this is like easy enough to use, but there's something about it. I don't know. This is like the 4th time that I've used it, and I'm thinking, well, it's okay. It's okay. I could take it or leave it. I don't feel like this is gonna be my new favorite. I feel like I might forget a little bit about this one after I'm done testing it. I'm just gonna be honest. Sometimes I don't even really know why. I can't really put my finger on it. I just think it works. It's okay. Like, it's pretty cute. Okay, I did my mascara, my brows. I added a little bit of liner in the waterline and also on the top. I think that one of the things that I'm just the most excited about, usually, but also definitely with this update, it is the blushes. I feel like Catrice has really done it with the blushes. We have powder blushes that are baked glowy blushes, very similar to the Rare Beauty powder, like soft pinch powder blushes, which I love. Very glowy, but also lovely and smooth. And we also have a blush palette that is creams. So these are the products. I bought one shade of the baked blushes, and I bought the powder and I bought the cream blush palette. And I was thinking, in my shorts I use these separately, but I was thinking I could maybe combine them. But at the same time, I also have 2 different types of highlighters that I want to try. I think I'm just gonna use this as a base. So this is the Balm blush palette, and they used to have, or they still have, I think, a palette that also has bronzers in it. I didn't like that one at all. Were my colors, I felt like it looked weird on the skin. This one I tried and I had no issues with this one at all. So I'm really happy about that one. So it's a buildable balm to powder formula featuring blush and highlighter shades to accentuate your face. So it's 010 Blush Blindness. So definitely they are getting with the trends. And this one, this highlighter is a little bit more balmy. These all are more of that cream that dries down and becomes almost powdery on the skin. It does have a little bit of a healthy flush to it. So let me just give you a couple of swatches. I'm gonna swatch the whole palette. Don't you worry. So this is the first 3 shades. It's pigmented. There's kind of like a healthy glow to it, but it's not like overly balmy. And then one of these blushes is a little bit more shimmery. That is the peach one, but you almost don't see it on the skin. It's like maybe a little bit more sheer, but you don't really see shimmer on the skin. It is just a little different than the rest. I feel like this highlighter is just so beautiful. It's kind of balmy, but it does have mica, it does have shimmer in it. It does really look great on the skin. I love the combination, like how it is layered on top of each other. I'm not going to be using this highlighter today. I'm going to use, I think, this lighter pink blush as a base for that powder blush. And let me just swatch that next week. So this is the thing that they came out with. Like, they discontinued their other baked blushes, which were my favorites. I love them so much. But I don't think I'm so sad anymore because they came out with these soft glam baked blushes. And this whole vibe, it's just giving Rare Beauty. It's giving Road, it's giving Rare Beauty. So this is shade 040 Midnight Berry, and I just really think they did a great thing with this, because the other blushes, they always seemed a little bit random. Like, what are you doing with these baked blushes? It wasn't really like a range. It was kind of just like one shade. Not something for everyone. Now they have like cool tones and warm tones. This is just such a beautiful baked blush. As I said, very glowy and very soft. It just is kind of like this blush highlighter hybrid, but it does have quite a lot of base color to it. As you can see as I turn my finger, there's definitely a base to it, and I just feel like this is really nice and really, let me just see where I'm gonna swatch this. And just really gorgeous. I wore this a couple of times. I just feel like this is such a nice formula. I love baked blushes like this, and it's very glowy. So if you like a glowy blush, this could definitely be for you. This one is definitely on the pinky side. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more like truly berry, but it's more of just a cool tone pink, which I don't mind. I don't mind. All right, let's go into the Balm palette, and I'm just gonna take this light pink shade with a bit of a smaller brush, because I do feel like these pans, they are a little small, a little hard to get into with a bigger brush, and I just really like the way these blushes blend out and just the way they look. Just has a healthy glow to it. Indeed has a little bit of blur to it. I don't feel like this is weird on my skin. It's just really easy to use. I am already quite a big fan of this palette, and I'm not always like super convinced by face palettes. Sometimes I'm also like, what is the point? I'd rather have just one shade, but I feel like all of these shades are in my alley. I really like them. It's a little bit more like cool tone leaning, and then we have peach. So it's definitely a little bit of a rosy pinky palette. This is just gorgeous. If you want to see more shades, I also have a short. This is just really pretty. I love it. It just has that healthy glow. Like, this is so good. I really like it. The highlighter is also pretty, but I have too many highlighters to try. And then I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this one on top. And I think I'm just gonna grab a smaller highlighter brush and just be a little bit more precise with this. Like, it does have pigment. You can see it add depth to my cheek, but also a lot of glow. It's really nice. And I feel like with this blush, you don't really need a highlighter, but for the sake of the video, we're gonna add some highlighter. But yeah, I already wore this a couple of times, like 3 times since I got these things in. I really love that combination. I don't feel like those blushes, those cream blushes, really need to be set, but I just feel like this really locks it in. I'm really happy with my cheeks right now. Like, I'm almost considering buying another shade, but I also just bought like 4 shades of the Flower Nose Baked Glowy Blushes, and yeah, I don't think I need more right now, but this is really gorgeous. I would love to see. I'm gonna check out the other shades in store though. Definitely doing that. Then these highlighters I actually haven't tried yet. We have the Glass-like highlighter stick. This comes in 1 shade, and this is in 010 Keep It Glassy. And I can appreciate from time to time a glassy highlighter. So I thought, okay, that could be interesting. Let's see how sticky it is. Let's see how it looks. Let's see if I like it. Let's see if it lifts up this whole thing. Like, it's looking really good right now, but I might regret my decision. It looks almost a little similar to the highlighter in the palette. Almost, it does have a little bit more of the light gold, white gold. Is this gonna be super sticky? I think it might be okay for me, but I do have dry skin, so my skin kind of like sucks up this stickiness of things sometimes. I think if you have really oily skin, like, this is a little bit more tricky. And then this one looks really interesting. So this is the Aura Glam, and I feel like a product that kind of had this type of pen came out maybe last year. I don't remember the brand, but this has kind of like this swirl, almost tie-dye effect. And this is in 010 a Swirl of Rose, and I think this was the only shade that they came out with. It looks a little shimmery. It has almost a blue shimmer in the pen, so I'm really excited to see how this swatches. So let's see. It feels really, really thin. Like a lot more thin. Oh, this is kind of rosy. Definitely rosy. Like sometimes you don't know if it's gonna be more sheer. This feels very thin, and it's not like a balm that melts. Like it melts, but it's not like a balm that you feel like you can pick up. It's kind of like hard, and then only where you touch it, it kind of like melts. Okay, this is really interesting. This one is more subtle almost. It does have a little bit of pinkiness to it. Like, do I really see the shimmer there? It does have a little bit of shimmer, but it's not chunky. It's almost more like this wet look sheen. I feel like this is gonna be a little bit more apparent on my skin. This is gonna be probably a little bit more subtle. We're gonna try it out. I just need to see what's going on here. I'm a little scared to ruin my makeup. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really liking it right now. I think it's really cute. So take a good look at how this is looking right now before I ruin it. Okay, I'm gonna just apply a little with the finger. So I'm gonna take a bit of this highlighter stick. Is this gonna work out for me? Oh, that's actually really pretty. I don't feel like it feels really like thick and sticky. It feels quite lightweight, but does have kind of like that glassy glow. Oh, that's actually really nice. I feel like this one is even less balmy than the highlighter in that face palette. That's really cute. I really liked it. Like, this would be a really nice mix-in with like creams. Okay, that was like a positive surprise. It still feels a little creamy. Not gonna lie, feels a little creamy, but it's not like, wow, greasy mess lifting up everything. Why have I done this to myself? Which I was a little bit scared of. I think this is pretty cute. I don't think it has lifted anything up, but sometimes it's easier to see like looking back at the footage. This is really cute. Okay, the Glam highlighter. They have really been into like balm highlighters, that's for sure. That's the theme of this launch, of their fall update. Like glossy, balmy. That is really pretty. This is really like a wet look. I don't feel like it looks chunky or shimmery. I don't feel like it lifted anything up. Do you see? I feel like that made me look so like fresh and ethereal. I don't feel like this is gonna be a full dry down, okay? I think it's gonna be a really nice product for like fall winter. Like, is anything gonna stick into this? I don't know. It might a little bit. That's really pretty. I think it's gonna be hard to pick a favorite here, but maybe the pink one, maybe Glam. I just really like how that cheek is looking. It just has kind of like that wet look shine. I feel like this one is a little bit more like based on the mica, the shine. So this one is a little bit less balmy. This one is a little bit more balmy. This one, it just adds a little bit to the pink of the cheek. I think I'm gonna like both of these. Okay, so in this new range, we also have the Bold Magnetic Nail Polish by Catrice, and I really was excited to see if this could be somewhat similar, somewhat close to the Holo Taco magnetic nail polishes that I own. I haven't tried this yet. I'm gonna be doing that soon. I'm kind of thinking how I wanna do that in a short, but I really want to try this with you, see how magnetic it actually is. The question is just really, how is this gonna work? Like, is it gonna be like a strong magnetic? I really love the color, so even if it's not like super magnetic, I think it's gonna be a cute color, because this is kind of like this maroon burgundy kind of shade and nice and metallic. I am curious to see what that is gonna be. Then I bought more lip products. I am just always really interested in lip products. I have here the Gloss Obsessed Lip Glaze, and I have it here in shade the Glossfather 050. And I also bought a light pink shade. I think it's in a bag somewhere. I'm gonna see if I can find it. But this one just seems pretty basic. Like, it smells like vanilla. The packaging seems like something we've seen from Catrice before. The dough foot is pretty basic. Nothing seems like, it doesn't seem super special, but there's something about this formula. I feel like it's nice and glossy. It's just like this cream gloss, but it feels very soft and hydrating. There's just something about it. I have really been enjoying the pink shade. I haven't worn this one yet, but I think I'm gonna really like this in the fall. But I was kind of like going back and forth on it. Like, should I even try this gloss formula? It looks so basic, but I have really been enjoying the pink one. And right now I'm really into like toasty brown. This is kind of like a cool tone shade, but because it's more sheer, it's gonna look a little bit more pinky. It's my lip color. But there's no shimmer to it. It's just a cream. It has a nice amount of gloss, but it's also like the scent. It's really nice. Really like the amount of pigmentation. The glossiness and the hydration is great. This is just something that doesn't scream like special or exciting, but that I'm just gonna be reaching for over and over again, and it's gonna end up in my bag. I really, really love this color. This is the first time that I'm trying this one. I also have the light pink. All right, I found the light milky pink. This is shade 020, same gloss, different day. This is just my type of gloss. It's a little bit more of a muted pink, but quite a light pink, and I've just been really enjoying this on softer makeup days. Like, it doesn't have a bunch of pigment to it, but it just adds something a little milky, a little pinky. Let me apply. Like, it's just cute, just easy to wear. It's almost like a liquid lip balm. Just throw it on. My lips feel very soft after. This is one of my favorite products. I just love that added fresh milkiness. Like, nothing too crazy here, just really nice. Okay, we also have some liquid lipsticks. Let me first just apply the new shade of Shine Balm Lip Lacquer. They just added one shade, and this is kind of like a warmer strawberry pink. This is the shade 080 Flirt Alert, and I did a lip swatching video of this full range when they came out with this. It's just smooth, pigmented, smells a little bit like strawberry milk or something like that, like a fruit milk. This is just a really beautiful color. And this just lasts very well without it being sticky, because I felt like it might be, when I first tried it, it might be a little similar to the Maybelline Vinyl Ink, but those are really sticky. But these are not. They're just very soft and hydrating. So let me just take this off. I haven't tried this one either. I'm just like forcing myself to try everything and tell you about everything. Oh wait, I also have to shake it. I am not paying attention. Like, I have to shake it as well. I should give this color a fair shot. I already know I like this formula, but this is such a nice fresh color. It is full on pigment. It has full on pigment. Yeah, I really like this. This is my type of pink. And it's not sticky, but it does stay long. I don't know how they did it. I feel like this is a better formula than the Vinyl Ink by Maybelline. Nobody talks about this. I never hear anybody about this, but this is so nice. Alright, then we also have another liquid lipstick. This is the Pillow Like Matte Lip Mousse by Catrice, and this is the shade 010 Blurreal. It has similar doe foot applicator. It's really like that blurring kind of liquid lipstick that is kind of like sheer but buildable, really has that super matte blurring effect to it. It is really like that K-beauty style lip product, which I sometimes like, but often don't. And I feel like this, once again, is a little drying for me. Like, it feels nice and a little pillowy and a little bit more silicone-y at first, but then as it kind of like sets down, as you eat something, you drink something, it becomes too drying for me. So another fail in this product type, in this department. I really like the lip velvets from ABH, but besides that, it hasn't been easy to please me. So yeah, if you like this type of formula, you might like this one as well. I will swatch it. And this is very similar to my lip color. It really has that blurring effect, and it just feels very nice at first. But it's not full on pigment. I do like this better than the Kaleidos ones. I feel like those right away didn't look like I wanted them to look on my lips. I know a lot of people like those as well. So I think this is gonna be a nice product for a lot of people. Just not for me. It's not for me. Like, it feels really nice right now, but I just know what's gonna happen. Okay, and then the last one. Well, not exactly the last one. We have one more product after this, but the last lip product. This is the Catrice Endless Matte Liquid Lipstick. I believe like a year ago, they were meant to come out with this. There was already this display in Kruidvat here in the Netherlands. Close to me, there was a Kruidvat. They had the display. And then they ended up putting concealers in there. And I just went back and back and back, and I didn't see these online. And I just went back to ask, like, what's going on? Are you still getting them? They were like, no. And then they stayed away. Like, they never came. Catrice didn't say anything. They just ended scrapping these also from like their announcements. Don't know what was going on. Probably something went wrong with the production or anything, and it took them like a year to fix it. And here we are. The Endless Matte liquid lipsticks are finally here. They have done away with their old liquid lipstick formula, which I did think was quite nice, but a little sticky. Like, it was really smooth. It wasn't wearing, but it was sticky. And this formula is a little bit more of like a liquidy formula, but then it's like really, really powdery in the dry down. So it is a true kind of like classic liquid lip. This is more of a cool tone shade than the Blurreal one. It takes a while to dry down, and then it's really like powdery matte, a little drying, not super drying, but a little dry, and a little dry looking on the lips. So I'm kind of thinking, did we just trade some downsides for some other downsides? Like, I like it. I don't know if I love it. So this was the shade 050 Kiss Me Quick. I'm just gonna take up this Blurreal one and apply the Endless Matte. I also feel like I just waited for this for so long. It was kind of hard to live up to the hype. I still have to try if this liquid lipstick works with the lip balm underneath, because I feel like sometimes that doesn't work, but sometimes it does. So I feel like at first it feels really like soft and still a little bit like wet. And then it takes quite a while for it to dry. At first I thought, is this gonna be similar to like the Lunar Beauty liquid lipsticks? Because it took so long to dry. I was like, is this gonna be a full dry down? But in the end, it became a full dry down. Like, it takes some time. So we're just gonna let this sit for a little bit. Like, the application is not perfect because I already applied like 6 different lip products. The last product is the Catrice Blend and Bond Setting Spray, and this is supposed to give you a seamless finish and natural look, and it's supposed to be hydrating. And usually when I see a setting spray that doesn't have drying alcohol on it and that doesn't have perfume in it, I try it because it's so hard to find. And I am always pretty like interested in setting sprays. I like what they do for me. I like them like fixing my makeup, kind of like setting my makeup, melting it all together. But there are just so many setting sprays that don't really have ingredients that my skin agrees with. So this one I already tried, and I feel like this spray is a little aggressive. It is a little aggressive. I'm gonna give it a good shake because sometimes that seems to be a problem. And I'm gonna spritz it once. I just feel like it has some like some aggressive drops. Now it's actually a lot better than the last time. Maybe I should get a little better. So let me give this a good dry down period. Like, the liquid lipstick still isn't like fully dry. It takes a few minutes. I really like how this melted my makeup in today. I don't know if I still see any droplets here. I think it's actually looking good. The first time around I had some issues. Do I see anything weird? I don't think so. I think it's dry. And this is gonna be how the skin is looking with the setting spray. I really actually like it. Feels a little heavy right now. Like, it does set the makeup. I feel almost a little bit of stickiness, but I do think that is what helps it last. So pretty happy with that. The liquid lipstick is looking good. It's feeling quite good. Yeah, I'm liking my look. Alright, that's gonna be my try on haul with all of the new Catrice makeup that I bought. I think my favorites are gonna be the blushes, are gonna be the lip glosses. I really like these lip glosses. The Aura Glam highlighter is a very positive surprise for me. I really like it. It is sticky. Like, this one, I wouldn't say sticky. The glass-like one, it's not sticky to me at least. This one is a little sticky, but it's really beautiful. It's really gorgeous. It's nothing too like crazy chunky. I don't feel like there's any like true dud here. I do feel like some of these products are a little bit just like, okay, I like them, or kind of meh. I feel like most of these are definitely products that someone could like. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.